All right. Is it the lead spec? I love the training spec, but I don't know. I think we go with this. Play some dogs. Yeah, the dogs are quite good in this situation here. Could also say go chaff, but the dogs are really good here. Um, don't really know how we're supposed to play this if we're gonna. Dog, are they? Okay, okay. Let's put these guys in the middle. Just put everything in front of the tower. Something like this. And we need to figure out how where the balls go. Thinking something like this. Think this kind of makes sense. So we could put this here and then just put the crawlers here. It could even be better. Quite a nice distraction. Kind of have to win this first round. Like we really should be, because we have just way better units. Okay, we get the debuff at the perfect time. Maybe he gets more experience because we are higher level, but nothing levels up here. I don't think we go for this item. It's probably not worth it on this, but I mean, it almost kind of is. But for 100 though, what do you do? For I mean, just build more. We have to build crawlers, you'd imagine, right? Maybe we do go for that. Or maybe the Rhino Assault's good. He's got to defend the Rhino Assault. It's 50 difference. Guess this might level up. I don't know. It's so much damage. I don't know how well we're playing this here. Maybe there's a Rhino Assault on this side. He's Giant Spec, okay. So theoretically, he can go for a Vulcan and just obliterate us, so we got to be careful not to overinvest. But we definitely will be clicking range on the Hounds, I think. Actually goes for Arc Lights, which is crazy. Why would he go Arc Lights? Is he selling out of the Hounds? Wait, no. Selling out of the balls. Okay. That's good that he's selling out of the balls, but okay, Phoenix is quite good. Typhoons can be good, but I don't know. Everything's an option. Scorpion's probably good for him. We go for the Typhoon just to prevent the Wasp. He's not going to go Wasp, is he? He's Giant Spec, right? Phoenix is better, right? But level 3? Do you really need a level 3 Phoenix? How much is this? This is, or is he just going to go into Tarantulas? All right, let's go to the Phoenix. So we can click range, right? Because it makes a lot of sense for us to do so. We go for Fangs. We go for Mustang. I mean, we have to go for more hounds, right? You wouldn't put them here. You'd probably put them here, wouldn't you? Kind of feel like we're missing something here. We're missing something that's pretty crucial. Maybe we should be defending this a bit more. But at least we went for the Phoenix to counter his own Phoenix. But yeah, I mean his Phoenix isn't so good because of how much we're winning the chaff battle. But you got to be careful here because he can easily go for the mountain. Like, what if he goes for the mountain next? Like, he's got the money for a mountain. He just borrows, goes for mountain armor, and we're screwed. Right? Because look at this. There's nothing except for the Phoenix that can kill his mountain. So do we just go for more Phoenixes now? It's definitely not Mustangs. It's got to be more Phoenixes, right? I think it probably makes sense to just throw an oil down, but I don't know. What else can we buy? Buy a crawler. Crawler's probably not bad here. Probably not bad here either. Okay. No mountain. It's a ton of arc lights. Elite recruited. What is he doing? Why is he playing? Why is he doing this? Kind of doesn't make sense. I would have just thrown out a mountain right here, and just like the mountain would have just killed everything. I don't think our phoenixes would have been able to kill it in time. I'm not sure if his if he counters like maybe he does counter. Maybe the arc lights do counter this. I don't know. Still haven't leveled up this hound. Hound is so garbage right now with the levels. I mean, how much more do we have to do with the hounds? Okay, fire badger is quite good, but we don't need it, and that's really like a first. Tanks might be okay. You can imagine though that the wraith is quite good. It's just that it doesn't want to go in. Maybe we start selling the wraith and then just put one here. I don't know. Just go for the tanks. We plan to keep them. Okay, you have to start thinking now. What is he gonna do? Surely we don't go chaff. We don't have the money to go for. Sure, we can't go Mustang. I want to go Wasp and then just die to his Mustangs. I don't know. We just go Mech Rage and just click a couple more. Kind of feels like it. Do we missile this or? Okay, so it's carry Arclight versus carry Hound. It's the first time we've been playing games like this. I think we should win because I mean I don't know if we should win, but it feels kind of close. Like his, this does nothing for him on level 1. Okay, we clear his air units, so it seems like we're not doing great in terms of chaff clear here all of a sudden. So well, it seems like he has won the ground battle. He's going to be bringing in some Mustangs, you'd imagine now. The Mustangs are going to sit behind the arc lights, which means that all this is going to die. So this means we have to go into the factory now. We cannot wait any longer. Okay, so we get the fire. The fire's probably good for him, better more than us, but still not bad. Obviously have to go for the fire. We're gonna need to start selling out of these steel balls, I think. So what do we do? What do we do? We're kind of in a tough situation. Temp range is definitely something that needs to get clicked. Just worried about those Mustangs. I'm just thinking go for more Phoenixes. Like it's just it's the easiest thing to do. I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do. Okay. We dodge all his shields. No AA. This is crazy. What is he? What's his AA answer? I mean, surely it wasn't just the shield. So his chaff lives. Okay, so he went range on it, but he only has a single Phoenix. That being said, he might be able to pull this off here. Good thing we didn't borrow. It's gonna be very close. Yeah. Pull this off here. It's a hero Phoenix. Oh my goodness. How did he... And we didn't get the shield either. This is not good either, the smoke. Laser sights, improve sandworm. Redeploy is quite good. I think we just need to try to end the game here with the factory. Kind of sucks. I don't know where to put it, like here, and then just begin it in this way. That might be the only way here. Laser sights isn't going to do much. So I think it's going to be armor or something. I mean, maybe we could just put it here. It's fine. Question is, does his Phoenix... No, his Phoenix doesn't really care about that. Maybe this is better, so his Phoenix kind of wastes a few shots there first. And I think the beacon's quite good. I'm not sure if it does anything. I don't think it will. Maybe it's temp range. Yeah, we're taking a pretty huge risk here. Level 4 Phoenix, but it's only one. At least the temp range might help us. He's clicking temp range. No, he's not. Factory's getting awfully low, but the Phoenix has died, but we've lost this side. I don't think we're going to be able to win the game here, so it's going to be a multi round factory game, which is it's not what we want to see if we were trying to win the game, but if we're just trying to have fun, we absolutely love going for multi-round factory plays. The longer, the better, because it just proves like the factory skill. I think we have to move this though. The photon emission's good. I think we move it like maybe here, or let's just move it here maybe. I don't know. Feels like it's better to just move it here because there's more targets. But we can also go for like could also go for some more attacks like launcher overload. But we're gonna need to do this first for sure. Let's go in with the beacon. All right, I think it's actually high explosive. Maybe we go for launcher overload as well. Actually, still have a we can go for range, temp range here. I'm just hoping he doesn't missile this because we don't actually can't. There's nothing we can do about that. He is most likely going to go for the EMP now on this. Throws a melter down, but thank God we have this here. Now with the question is, do we win with all these technologies into 3 melters? I think the answer is yes, because like we should be able to clear all this. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. One more shot. There we go. Okay. Now keep in mind we don't have the speed, which might have been a mistake. Yeah, we're losing way too much on this side, but Heart's getting slightly. Yeah, this isn't how good of a timing. It's not the worst timing, but we need air units, and like he's gonna kill all the air units. See, that's the problem. Okay, so we needed range there. Okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world at all. We just need to go for more techs. So get the farce here. Sell the farce here. Click the photon emission. Not a bad. It's not a bad thing. And now we think about this, like tank. Probably need range here. Can't really go for tank. You need to. I think we need to stick here. Do we upgrade all these guys instead? Just so like we can. It feels like we need to, but it's kind of hard. I don't know what to do here. Boy, I don't know what to do. Maybe we should push this side a little bit more. Missiles is probably still going to be pretty good for us. Okay. Now, it's a good thing that he actually went for that tech because the photon is very good. Photon coatings can be a very good counter. Surprised at how quickly that tower went down. So feels like we win this here, just because he doesn't have that much left. I think his mistake was just going for the it's going for the EMP and going for this. Kind of reminds me of the game, the Mag 1 game, where Flower Fairy also went for the Wraith, but then it was obvious that because the melting point already had the EMP, and the Farseer was also on drop, so it should have been obvious to him there, but I kind of understand he was under a lot of pressure there. It's also quite amazing that he had so many he had so many here where you'd imagine like it would be like one here, like one here and one here. I don't know. I don't know about the positioning. I mean, this makes a lot of sense though, because this probably targets this, but then if you put something here, then it doesn't. So I'm not the expert at how to defend, but kind of feels like you want one like here, like one here, here, and here, or you want them on the back line. But yeah, I like to see how that would have went if he. Um, but this is absolutely crazy. It's literally got 5 techs, and we saved a little bit of money. But by clicking this, it's 400. But then you have this thing that does very little. So you're not really saving. It's just that, yeah. I mean, I guess you're still saving, but it's absolutely crazy how many techs this is. This is 5 techs. All right, so we're just gonna experiment from our perspective here. I think we just need to sell, right? Like maybe build more chaff is good. But I think it's just a sell. I mean, the nothing here is really like it. I mean, the abyss. He actually unlocked the abyss. Okay, so the abyss sounds pretty good. Like I would just go for the abyss. Like a level 2 abyss will absolutely wreck this, I think. Maybe go for range enhancement. And I'd probably just get a level on this tower. I don't know about leveling these guys up. I think they're not doing so well nowadays. Um, so I think we grab some more chaff and then just go for the abyss with range. Obviously, we need to like have a couple of shields here. All right. Perhaps we just do an oil here would be quite good actually as well. Okay, ran out of money, floating 300. So it's like 20%. It's like 5 swipes here. And I think this dies pretty quick to the Phoenixes. Good thing the Phoenixes aren't leveled. And then yeah, this side just completely crumbles. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe okay, no. It's not gonna work. He's so committed into this. He should have just committed into the abyss, I think, but let's say he is so committed into it. Why not go for the suck, right? Let's put down an oil. I think you kind of need level 2 factories as well now. So I think this is gonna be more than enough. I think the question is the hounds and the chaff, is that gonna be enough? Looks like we're winning this side. Might have built too many melters on this side, but I feel like it's still pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty bad for us. I think what we maybe should have done, we should have probably put some more like chaff here, but then it gets cleared by the arc light so quick. I don't know if you have to click loop formation or not. You'd imagine there's like, I think the oil though is pretty huge. The oil kind of makes a lot of sense. So it might have been better for us to actually like switch to the other side. I don't know. But then you'd have to build some stuff here. Yeah, I mean, there's also a little bit more chaff here. Um, so if the boat's coming in here, you know, all this stuff, but it's surprising that the arc lights, I didn't know that the arc lights beat the hounds. Like, why is that? Is it the 168 versus 125? Okay, so the range is the reason why. They just can't close the distance. And this is 3k damage. It does 800 into this. So it needs like 1,000,000 shots to kill that. And this just 2 shots it. Okay, so I had no idea that the that this was such a good counter. So thank God we went for the War Factory, and it's quite good that he kind of picked the wrong technologies there. I'm not super impressed with our play given how this kind of worked out at the end. It was like 5 technologies, but it might have been better to just like probably would have been better to just go for um, like a second War Factory if we had the money. We have to go for this. We have to sell. We have to click this. Right. And I think we can go for a second factory. Sure, it's not range, and then that's kind of the problem. Like you really do want the range, but maybe maybe it's fine. The question is it better to have like range or a second factory? I'm thinking it's better to have a second factory. I don't know. Oops. It's not the greatest beacon here. We're not actually beaconing them both. Okay. This is going to be Chaff Clear City. The range is sufficient, but it's not. It's going to be getting countered. Okay, there we go. Never mind. So I don't know if this is better if he went for maybe the range was an overplay because paying 900 for range, you get 1,200 for another factory. Surely another factory is going to be better than just range. Because it's 95 range versus 170, so kind of has to close the distance. But if you look at it, like they're, you know, these guys they just need to move in a little bit, right? It's not about the range, it's about the chaff war. Once the chaff war is won, just moves in a little bit, it can kind of win. So I'm leaning towards 2 factories instead of course you got to get range later on, but and maybe the range would have been better than the high explosive. That I'm not sure. It would be good to also just look at if the high explosive was the correct move. I believe we did that quite early on. But this was a multi factory game here. Okay, so we went factory here on round 7. And it went 7, 8, 9. So it's 3 rounds. So 7, we went for the armor factory here, which made a lot of sense. Right, then we moved it. We put it here with HE and launch overload. So the only option, and we lose that round. We lose that round by around 1,000 by going for these techs. So the only question is range better than HE at this point? We know that we want overload. because overload is just so amazing. So let's try to simulate everything the same here. Just go for range and overload, which is kind of like the normal text that you would expect. And we still have money for this. Now we don't have money for the beacon. So it's gonna be kind of weird. Okay, and now I do remember why we didn't go for it. We just didn't have the money for it. I really think the problem here is the chaff clear. Like the range doesn't do anything for us when we're just trying to clear chaff, crawler chaff. Of course it worked there at the last second, but we're losing this side so bad. Okay. I think we're gonna lose more. So I think what we learned from this is actually when we need to clear chaff, we need launcher overload and HE. Once the chaff, once we don't have any chaff, like we need targets that everything is so dead around us that like we need to go to the next target, then that's when we need range. But we obviously we don't need range here because we're just getting, we're just we're doing the same amount of damage even if we cut our range in half. Right, so the problem here is the chaff clear. It's not the range. So we did the right thing there, going for the HE, and the overload obviously allows us to clear chaff at a much higher rate. I don't think we could have gone for like a second factory here. I mean, you could argue that let's say we don't take this spell. Right. You could just say, okay, let's say we go for this. Can we go for another factory somehow? We'd have to sell something, so we'd have to sell this. Go for second factory. A beacon is probably good. From my experience, I think it's quite good. And overload range is probably good, but probably missiles is better. I don't know. So let's say just say we bum rush like this. Okay, so it's an insta lock on. Which is not going to be great for this one factory, but you get the tower, but now this side is losing really bad. So how are we supposed to win this round? Because I think ideally we try to win it here. We can't really afford to start losing rounds. Okay, so in that situation, the range would have been good. I think the spell is just almost too good not to take here. So let's say we just keep. Let's just say we go in from here. Definitely gonna go overload. I think we need HE. And we can sell something like this tank here. Okay, so you probably want to beacon it in from here to like here to like here. I don't know about the missiles here. I think we still get an insta lock here. It's not good at all. There we go. But that's called a proper bum rush. It looks like this was a little bit better, and that was from the opponent's perspective. I don't think he could have done anything better. He had a insta lock, and he had tons of chaff. So maybe we just play like this in the future. So clearly, I think you could tell that you don't want range in that situation. Like you're just trying to we barely got through with these technologies. And thankfully, it was the photon that made us survive just long enough to tank the melter. Thankfully, it was only a level 1 melter. The only other thing, is just moving into this corner. Like, he actually had this in such a good position. I'm actually pretty surprised. And that's why he was able to survive that round. So if we just sell this, we move it here. At least he doesn't get the insta-lock now. Still think that we need these technologies. And I think we need the beacon. That means no more additional chaff. Okay, so there's still a lock here. Um, I'm surprised, but I mean, man, it's just so tanky with the photon. So we had the right tax. We had the right, it's just very unfortunate actually that we lost that round. Feel like we did everything kind of correctly. I just don't know what happened there. Maybe it was just a slightly bad angle there. It's kind of disappointing because it feels like we did the right thing there. I mean, this worked. This actually worked. Um, and I think this worked just because his melter was too close. This, I mean, I kind of forgot what happened, but I think we got taken out here, and then we kind of just got cleaned up too much here. I think the problem with this is that it didn't tank enough. It only tanked this, and then this just completely destroyed everything. So even though we won this side, all of this was dead. Whereas like here, it tanked here, it went through here, and then it got to the tower a little bit quicker. I don't know what the difference is. Like how is going from here to here any different from going from here to here? Seems like it would be the same thing. But it seemed like the best position was actually just through the middle because there wasn't that much. Yeah, you don't want to actually. You could see here it got a really good lock on for quite a long time, whereas here it did get a lock on, but it was way closer. Um, you know, so I don't know. That was kind of weird. I'm surprised that this actually didn't actually work. Um, but yeah, give a lot of credit to the opponent. He played that really well because it was really. I mean, this might have been one of the only positions that we were actually able to lose that round with.